Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The Australian dollar currently trades in a steady manner as we now look towards 65.45 as a potential target. As risk appetite improves after US President Trump said high tariffs on China were not suitable and confirmed plans to meet Chinese President later this month. The shift in tone boosted trade-linked currencies like the Aussie, though China's softer GDP came in at 4.8% annually. Meanwhile, the US dollar was somewhat weak ahead of delayed inflation data, while markets fully priced in a Fed rate cut in October and another in December. So any pullback, we can see demand is still lurking from that lower 64 side. And if this pattern increases, let's see if we can get the break beyond 65.45 and look on towards 66 cents and then reassess from there. Turning to the euro, a little bit weaker after the last couple of days have eased. Nevertheless, the dollar still remains somewhat weak as traders now focus on the US CPI report, which is expected to shape up the Fed's policy expectations during the blackout period. Towards the end of the month, I do expect to see a 25 basis point rate cut in October, and also one in December is increasingly likely. In Europe, softer German PPI data and cautious ECB remarks had limited market impact, while attention shifts to the speech from President Lagarde later this week and other policymakers also. So with the technicals still a little bit weaker, we may see a move towards 116.20. That could support a bounce because the MACD is still in a good position for that. And if so, look on towards 116.85 and with a topside rejection recently at 117.55.70 and reassess. Dollar yen slightly improving, but still on shaky ground, I feel, given the technicals are still from the MACD supporting a further downward move. But this hammer has come into play a little bit to support this recovery, but maybe even offer a bull trap that could see the pullback eventually to 146 to 145. Turning to sterling, a little bit weaker as the market now looks towards 133.60, but I feel a bounce could come from there, so I'm not going to get too negative as we're seeing good demand and look back towards that top side and possibly higher. Gold erased Friday's losses and now rallies on and looks towards that last call of 4,400. A very strong move here. They're still overall expecting to see that rally and any pullbacks to be limited. Wrapping up with oil, well, the market is still finding good support from this base seen around the lower side of 55.30.70, and let's see if we can get a bullish move. We've got a weak engulfing candle here that could also support the previous dragonfly doji, and let's see if the market can rally back towards $58 to $60 a barrel. That's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. As always, look after the intro report. Hope you enjoy the great start to the day.